Good day, everyone. Our topic for today is all about simplifying expressions with rational exponents. So our learning objective is to simplify expressions with rational exponents. Last time, na-discuss natin kung paano mag-simplify ng expressions with zero, negative, and positive integral exponents. Ngayon, paano ba tayo magsisimplify ng expressions na may rational exponents? Ano ba ang itsura ng expression na may rational exponent? Expressions with zero exponent are expressions with zero as its exponent. As you can see, sa ating example, lahat ng expressions na nakikita ninyo ay may exponent na 0. Expressions with integral exponent are expressions with exponents that are positive or negative integers. It is in the form a over b, where a and b are elements of real number and b is equal to 1. Since si b ay equal sa 1, ibig sabihin whole number po ito. Since integral exponent siya, positive or negative integers po yan. So, kung mapapansin niyo ang mga exponents po ng mga examples natin dito, we have positive 12, negative 7, positive 10, and negative 3. Expression with fractional exponent are expressions with exponents that non-integers and is in the form a over b, where a and b are elements of real number and b is not equal to 0. So, examples po natin dito, since fractional exponent siya, expression with fractional exponent, lahat po ng exponents na nakikita nyo sa example natin ay mga fractions. So, dito, 2 raised to 3 over 3, p raised to 1/4, and 8 raised to negative 2/5. Lahat po ng exponents niya ay fractions. With expression with rational exponent naman, ito na po yun. Expression with rational exponent. Ayan po yung isi-simplify natin. So, they are expressions with exponents that is integral, fractional, and zero. So, ang expression with rational exponent po ay combination po siya, yung rational exponent. Tulad po dito sa example natin. Example. So, 4 raised to 1/6, meron tayong fractional exponent. X raised to 0, meron tayong 0 exponent. W cube, okay, that is a positive integral exponent. And then, e raised to negative 5, which is a negative integral exponent. Since ang learning objective natin ngayon ay ang mag-simplify ng expressions with rational exponents, ano-ano ba ang dapat nating gamitin, or dapat alamin, or dapat tandaan, or dapat i-apply? So, to simplify expressions with rational exponents, follow the rules in law of exponents using fractions. So, for example, letter A, we have x raised to 1/5. Okay, so meron tayo dito x raised to 1/5 times x raised to 2/5. So, nagmumultiply po tayo dito. Since multiplication po siya, ang gagamitin po natin ay multiplication rule or product law. So, ano po ba ang sinasabi sa multiplication rule or product law? Sinasabi dyan, kapag daw tayo ay nagmumultiply, i-add po natin ang exponents ng mga parehong variables or parehong base. So, applying multiplication rule or product law with the same base, add the exponents. Kaya dito, since ito, parehas na x yan, we just copy, kinopya lang po natin yung common variable x or common base na x, and then we add the exponents. Ano po yung exponents nila? Meron po tayong 1/5 and meron tayong 2/5. Kaya dito po, 1/5 plus 2/5. So, paano po ba tayo nag-a-add ng fractions? Similar fractions are fractions with common denominator. So, pag pareho po ang number sa ilalim ng fractions, ang tawag po sa kanila ay similar fractions. In ating similar fractions, pag nag-a-add po tayo ng similar fractions, ang ginagawa lang po natin, kinakopya po natin ang common denominator. Sa example natin, ang common denominator natin ay 5, kaya meron po tayong 5 dito. And then, we just simply add the numerators. When we say numerators, ito yung mga numbers sa taas ng fraction. So, ang numerators natin ay 1 at saka 2, i-add lang natin yan. Kaya meron tayong 1 plus 2. So, 1 plus 2 is 3, and then yung common denominator natin is 5. So, the product is x raised to 3/5. Kung pwede pa pong i-reduce sa lowest term ang fractional exponent natin, kailangan po nating i-reduce yan. In this case, 3/5 ay nasa lowest term na siya. So, ang final answer po natin ay x raised to 3/5. Next example, we have example B. We have w raised to 4/7 over or divided by w raised to 2/7. So, since nagdi-divide tayo, ang gagamitin natin ay division rule or quotient law. So, applying division rule or quotient law with the same base, we just subtract the exponents. So, since ang exponents natin dito ay fractional or fractions, and the common variable, just copy the common variable which is w. So, meron tayong w dito. And then, subtract daw po ang exponents. So, again, isusubtract natin si 4/7 minus 2/7. So, kung makikita nyo po, parehas po ang denominator nila. So, they are similar fractions. Tulad po nung kanina, pag similar fractions, we just copy the common denominator. Kaya meron po tayong 7 dito. And then, since isusubtract natin siya, so, susubtract po natin yung numerators nila, which is 4 and 2. That's why meron tayong 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. And then, yung common denominator natin na 7. So, the quotient or our answer is equal to w raised to 2/7. Okay, so, ito naman, kailan ba natin pwedeng gamitin ang power to a power rule? So, dito sa letter C, we have P raised to 4/5 raised to 3/7. So, itong nasa loob, ni-raise natin ulit sa 3/7. So, ang gagawin lang natin dyan, imumultiply lang po natin yung mga exponents na nakikita nyo. So, dalawa lang naman yung exponents natin dito. 4/5, tapos 3/7. So, just copy the given variable which is P, and then multiply the fractional exponents. So, meron tayong 4/5 times 3/7. So, paano po ba tayo mag-multiply ng fractions? In multiplying fractions, just multiply the numerators. So, numerators to numerators lang tayo, and then denominator times denominator. Kaya dito, 4 times 3, we have 12, and then 5 times 7, that is 35. Kung pwede pa nating i-reduce. Since 12/35 ay nasa lowest term na, ayan na po yung ating final fractional exponent. So, ang ating answer ay P, or ang ating simplified expression ay P raised to 12/35. Simplifying expressions with rational exponents. Example 1. Find the product of the expressions x raised to 0, x raised to 1/6, and x raised to -5/6. Give your answer in simplest form. So, to simplify the given expressions or to find the product of the given expressions, syempre, gagamitin ulit natin yung mga rules or yung mga laws of exponents. So for our solution, for x raised to 0, that is equal to 1, since lahat ng expression na may exponent na 0 ay equals to 1. And then, x raised to 1/6 times x raised to negative 5 over 6. So we just copy the common variable or common base, which is x. And then, dahil nagmumultiply tayo or dahil product ang hinahanap natin, kailangan nating i-add ang exponents according sa product law or multiplication rule. So, since ang fractional exponents natin ay similar fractions, kinopya ko lang yung common denominator nila, which is 6. And then, inadd ko lang yung numerators nila, which is 1 at saka negative 5. So, again, yung common variable natin, which is x, simplify nyo po itong ating exponent. So, 1 plus negative 5, dahil unlike sign yan, so subtract natin. So, 1 plus negative 5 is negative 4. And then, yung ating common denominator, which is 6. So, we have x raised to negative 4 over 6. Si negative 4 over 6 po, ay pwede pa po natin yung i-reduce sa lowest term. So, paano po ang gagawin natin dyan? Hanapin po ang greatest common factor or yung GCF na tinatawag. So, ang GCF po ni negative 4 and 6 ay positive 2. Ngayon, pag nahanap nyo na yung GCF, i-divide nyo doon yung numerator at saka denominator. Kaya dito, meron tayong x raised to negative 2 kasi negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. 6 divided by 2 is positive 3. So, ang ating resulting fractional exponent ngayon ay negative 2/3. Okay. So, ang final answer natin ay dapat maging positive exponent yan. Final answer must have a positive exponent. So, para magawa natin yon, we need to apply the law of negative exponents. Paano po yon? So, ang final answer natin, ito, para maging positive exponent siya, nilalagay natin siya sa ilalim. So, ang final answer natin ay 1 over x raised to 2/3. For example 2, simplify the expressions ma cubed x raised to 4/11 s raised to 9 over or divided by ma raised to 5 x raised to 1/11 s raised to negative 2/5. So, since dito, division yan, we are going to apply the quotient law or the division rule. So, ano po ba ang sinasabi doon? Sabi po doon, according sa quotient law, kapag tayo ay nagdi-divide, sinusubtract lang po natin ang exponents ng mga parehong variables or parehong base. So, dito, meron tayong 4 na variables. We have m, a, x, and s. 4 na bases po. Si m, a, x, and s. Ngayon, isusubtract po natin ang kanilang ang bawat exponents po na meron sila. So, for m, since walang nakalagay dyan sa taas, understood na po na 1 yan. Kaya meron tayo dito 1 minus 1. For base a, nasa taas is 3. Dito naman po sa denominator ay 5. So, meron tayong 3 minus 5. For base x, we have 4/11 minus 1/11. Since parehas ang denominator nila, so similar fractions, kinopya ko lang po yung common denominator which is 11, and then sinubtract ko lang po yung kanilang numerators which is 4 and 1. Kaya meron tayong 4 minus 1 dyan. And then for base s, so we have 9 minus negative 2 over 5. Then simplify the exponents. So m, again, copy the variable m. Then 1 minus 1, that is 0. For variable a, 3 minus 5 is negative 2. For base x or variable x, so 4 minus 1, that is 3. Then copy the common denominator which is 11. And then, for S, we have 9. Okay, bakit siya naging plus? Ba't naging plus 2/5? So, kapag tayo ay, kasi ito minus negative. So, kapag minus, ang ginagawa natin, kinukuha po natin yung reciprocal or yung additive inverse po. Or yung opposite po ng number dito. So, kung negative 2/5 yan, ang opposite niya, or yung additive inverse niya is 2/5. Then, proceed sa addition. Kaya ganun po. So, dito, m raised to 0, that is 1. Okay? Then, a raised to negative 2. Dahil negative 2 po yan, negative exponent. So, ang gagawin natin, ibababa po natin, kaya nandito po siya sa denominator, nasa ilalim. Next. Okay, copy lang po natin si x raised to 3/11. And then dito, s, okay, bakit naging 45? Bakit may naging 2 dyan over 5? So, ang ina-add po kasi natin is whole number and then fraction. So, kapag whole number po, ang denominator po niyan ay 1. So, parang nagkaroon tayo ng 9 over 1 plus 2 over 5. Magkaibang denominators na po yon. So, para makuha natin yan, or ito na lang po ang tandaan nyo, kapag kayo ay nag-add or nagsusubtract ng whole number at saka fraction, kung ano po yung denominator, tulad po dito, ang denominator po ay 5, i-multiply nyo lang po yan si 5 dito. So, 5 times 9, 45 siya. And then, copy nyo lang yung kanyang numerator na 2. So, kinopya ko lang 2. And then, ilagay nyo lang yung denominator dito. Magiging common denominator na nila is 5. Okay? So, 45 plus 2, that is 47. So, 1 times x raised to 3/11, that is x raised to 3/11. Then, s, 45 plus 2 is 47 over 5 over a squared. So, ang final answer po natin is x raised to 3/11, s raised to 47 over 5 over a squared. Example 3, simplify the expression 2y raised to 1/3 k raised to 2/5 quantity raised to 6. So, dito, ang gagawin natin, i-apply natin yung power to a power rule. So, ang exponents po natin dito, meron tayong 1/3, si 2, ang exponent niya ay 1, si y ay 1/3, si k ay 2/5, and then, imumultiply natin lahat ng exponents na yan kay 6. So, kaya dito, nagkaroon tayo ng 2 raised to 6, kasi nga, di ba, ang exponent nito, 1, so 1 times 6 is 6. So, meron tayong 2 raised to 6. For y naman, we have 1/3 times 6. So, kung mapapansin nyo dito, since 6 yan, ang denominator niyan ay 1. So, 1/3 times 6 over 1. Paano ba tayo mag-multiply ng fractions? Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. And for base k or variable k, we have 2/5 times 6. So, same din po, 2/5 times 6 or 6 over 1. So, numerator times numerator, so 2 times 6. And then, denominator times denominator, 5 times 1. 2 raised to 6 is equal to 64. O, paano po naging 64 yan? Ano po bang ibig sabihin ng 2 raised to 6? Ibig sabihin, that is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 6 na 2 ang imumultiply ninyo. Or imumultiply ninyo si 2 ng 6 na beses sa kanyang sarili. So, that is equal to 64. And then, for base y or variable y, bakit siya naging 6 over 3? Numerator times numerator, that is 1 times 6. That's why we have 6 here. 3 times 1 is 3. For base k or variable k, 2 times 6 is 12. 5 times 1 is 5. Tignan po ulit natin yung mga fractional exponents natin kung pwede pa silang i-reduce sa lowest term. Sa exponent ni y, that is 6 over 3, pwede pa po natin yung i-reduce sa lowest term. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Kaya meron tayong y squared dito. Pero, si 12 over 5, hindi na po natin yan ma-reduce sa lowest term. Kaya, ayan na po ang fractional exponent ni base k. So, ang final answer natin ay 64 y squared k raised to 12 over 5. Paano naman kapag tayo ay magsisimplify ng mga expressions with the same base but with fractional exponent na magkaiba ang denominator? Ano kaya ang gagawin natin? So, example po, find the product of the expressions x raised to 2/3 and x raised to 4/5. Kung titingnan niyo po yung fractional exponents po nila, magkaiba po ng denominator. Ang denominator nito ay 3, ito naman ay 5. Ang mga fractions na magkaiba ang denominator, ang tawag sa kanila ay dissimilar fractions. So, kapag dissimilar fractions po, hindi po tayo basta-basta pwede na lang mag-add or mag-subtract. So, meron po tayong rule na sinusunod dyan. So, paano po ba natin yun gagawin? Since dito ay multiplication, syempre, ang gagamitin natin ay product law or multiplication rule. So, copy the common base. Kaya meron tayong x dito. And then, add the exponents. So, ang exponents natin ay 2/3 plus 4/5. Kaya meron tayong x raised to 2/3 plus 4/5. Okay, tulad po nung sinabi ko kanina, kapag mga dissimilar fractions, hindi po natin pwedeng i-add na lang basta-basta. Baka pag ang gawin nyo dyan, 2 plus 4 equals 6, 3 plus 5 equals 8, mali po yun. So, paano po natin maa-add si 2/3 at saka si 4/5? Kailangan po nating hanapin si LCD or yung tinatawag po nating least common denominator. Bago natin pwedeng i-perform ang operations on rules of integers. Kung addition yan, i-add mo. Kung minus yan, or subtraction yan, tsaka ka lang magma-minus. Okay, ulitin ko po. Bago po kayo makapag-add or subtract ng mga fractions, kailangan parehong denominator sila. So, para gawin nating parehong denominator yan, again, hanapin si least common denominator or LCD. So, ang LCD po nila ay 15. Bakit po 15? Bakit ang LCD ay 15? Si 3 ay prime number. Ang factors lang po ni 3 ay 1 times 3. Si 5 ay prime number din po yan. Ang factors po niya ay 1 times 5. So, since para silang prime numbers, i-multiply nyo lang po yan. 3 times 5, that is equal to 15. So, si 15 po, kaya may 15 po tayo dito, ayan po yung LCD natin. Okay, ngayon po, ano po ang gagawin natin? Bakit nagkaroon tayo ng 2 times 5 dyan, 4 times 3? Pag nahanap nyo na po yung LCD, ang gagawin po natin dyan, i-divide po natin si LCD sa bawat denominators ng dissimilar fractions na ina-add natin. So, 15 divided by 3 is equal to 5. Kaya may 5 tayo doon. Okay po. Saan po nanggaling si 2? Ayan po yung numerators nila. So, ang gagawin nyo, yung numerator, kukopyahin nyo lang. Okay, saan nanggaling si 5? Si LCD, 15. I-divide nyo sa denominator nito. So, 15 divided by 3, that is equal to 5. And then, copy the numerator of the second fraction. So, 4. 4 po yan. Kinopya ko lang. And then, yung LCD na 15, i-divide nyo naman dito sa denominator ni second fraction. Sa 15 divided by 5 is 3. Ayun po siya. So, simplify the exponents. 2 times 5, that is 10. 4 times 3 is 12. So, we have here x raised to 10 plus 12 over 15. 10 plus 12 is 22. Kaya, ang final answer natin, or ang product ng expressions x raised to 2/3 times x raised to 4/5 ay x raised to 22 over 15. Example 5, we have simplified the expression y raised to 5, e raised to negative 6, s raised to 2 over 7, divided by or over y raised to negative 5, e raised to negative 6, s raised to 1 over 14. So, since tayo ay nagdi-divide dito, gagamit tayo ng quotient law or division rule. Kung saan, you just have to copy the common bases and then isubtract ang exponents nila ng bawat bases po. So, meron tayong tatlong bases dito. We have base y, base e, and base s. So, ang exponents po ni y, we have 5 and negative 5. Kaya meron tayong 5 minus negative 5. For variable e, we have negative 6 and negative 6. So, we have e raised to negative 6 minus negative 6. For s, we have 2 sevens and 1 over 14. So, s raised to 2 7 minus 1 over 14. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, yung fractional exponents ni variable s ay dissimilar fractions kasi magkaiba ang denominator. Ito, ang denominator niya ay 7, ito naman ay 14. Okay, next, simplify the exponents. So, y, variable y, 5 minus negative 5, it will become 5 plus 5. Okay, bakit naging plus tapos ito naging positive? According sa subtraction of integers, kapag tayo ay nagsusubtract, kung negative 5 yan, kukunin nyo po yung kanyang additive inverse, which is positive 5. Kaya may 5 tayo. And then, yung minus, magiging addition na. Magpuproceed tayo sa addition. Kaya 5 plus 5. Or tandaan nyo na lang lagi, kapag minus negative, ang nagiging operation na kinakalabasan is addition. Okay. For e, we have negative 6 minus negative 6. Again, minus negative, ito magiging addition na yan. So, negative 6 plus 6. For variable s, okay, saan nanggaling si 14? Again, kapag magkaiba ang denominator, kailangan hanapin natin yung least common denominator or LCD. Dito, ang denominators natin ay 7 and 14. Pwede tayong gumamit ng tinatawag na prime factorization. Okay, so hanapin natin yung factors ni 7 at saka ni 14. Start muna tayo kay 7. Okay. Dito na lang. So, si 7, ang factors niya, prime number po yan. So, 1 times 7. Okay. C14 naman, okay, 14. Anong factors niya? Pwedeng 1 times 14. Okay. Pero si 14, may factors pa siya, 'di ba? Which is 7 and 2. Ulitin ko po, ang factors po ni 7, 1 times 7, kasi prime number yan. Si 14 naman, 1 times 14, pero si 14, ang factors din niya, 7 times 2. Ngayon, lahat ng nandito sa dulo, kukunin nyo yan. Pero, yung mga nadoble, isang beses nyo lang siya isusulat. So, dito sa atin, meron tayong 1. So, 1 times, okay, 7. Tapos, may 7 tayo dito. Dalawang 7 yan. Pero, isang beses nyo lang siya isusulat. Sorry. Okay. Times, ano na lang naiwan? Si 2. Okay. Yan. So, 1 times 7, 1 times 7 is equal to 7, 7 times 2 is equal to 14. Kaya po ang LCD niya po ay 14. Ganun po siya. Ganun po ang prime factorization para mahanap po ang LCD. Yan po nanggaling si 14. Okay. Next. So, LCD niya, di ba, 14. So, yung tulad kanina, 14 divide by 7, ayun po, 2. Nasa loob ng parenthesis. And then, saan to nanggaling? Yun po yung numerator niya. Dahil minus yan, minus yung nandito. Then, numerator ng pangalawang fraction, 1. Kaya may 1 tayo dyan. Ang LCD, 14 divided by 14, that is equal to 1. Then, simplify all the exponents. So, for y, we have 5 plus 5, that is 10. Kaya meron tayong y raised to 10. And then, for e, negative 6 plus 6, that is equal to 0. Kaya meron tayong e raised to 0. For s naman, 2 times 2, that is 4, minus, kaya minus din dito, 1 times 1, that is 1, and then the LCD, 14. So, 4 minus 1, that is 3. So, y raised to 10, kinopya ko lang. Okay, bakit nawala si e raised to 0? Kasi, e raised to 0 is equal to 1. Diba? Lahat ng expression na may exponent na 0 is equal to 1. So, okay lang kahit na hindi ko na ilagay dyan kasi 1 times any expression or any number is equal to the expression itself or the number itself. So, y raised to 10, and then dito, bakit 3 over 14? Kasi nga, 4 minus 1 is 3. Then, yung LCD natin na nakuha natin kanina is 14. So, our final answer is y raised to 10 is raised to 3 over 14. For our last example, simplify the expression m raised to 7/4 over m raised to 3/8. So, since division yan, so ang gagawin natin, copy the common base, which is m. May m tayo dyan. And then, subtract the exponents. So, una, we have 7 over 4 minus 3 over 8. Yan. Obviously, they have different denominators. So, ang gagawin natin, kailangan hanapin natin ang LCD or least common denominator nila. So, for 4 and 8, ang LCD natin ay 8. Okay? Copy muna natin yung mga numerator. So, dito we have 7. And then, gawa tayo ng open and close parenthesis. Dahil minus yan, minus tayo dito. And then, 3. Open and close parenthesis. So, 8 divided by 4, that is equal to 2, yun po yung ilalagay niya dito. So, lagay tayo ng 2. Ang hirap mag-drawing ng 2. Ayan. Then, 8 divided by 8, that is equal to 1, yun naman ang ilalagay niya dito. 1. Then, simplify the exponents. So, 7 times 2, that is equal to 14. minus 3 times 1, that is equal to 3. So, minus 3 tayo dito. Over A. Yan. Our base M. Good afternoon po. So again, 14 minus 3, that is 11. So we have 11 here. And then, yung denominator natin na 8. So our answer is M raised to 11 over 8.